Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to another stream from my channel HEMR Railway. This is HEMR Railway live number, hang on, I've already forgotten, 1 minute while I check. It's rather embarrassing, I can't even remember what number. We're not starting until I find the correct number. 36, got there eventually. So, as you may have seen, the title, the description and the thumbnail, today we are on West Cornwall Local, let's try that again, West Cornwall Local, with 2 steam locos. Let me remember to plug my own headphones in. That might be a good idea. So, we are starting at St Austell, as proved by that sign there, and we are taking Jubilee, Swaziland. Obviously they're randomly generated, you can design one in the formation builder, which is how I've done this, and it just picks one at random. So Swaziland, and we're also taking an 8F, it's obviously not named, 48139. Going from St Austell to Penzance, and I've put another little, 1 out of 25 posters placed. Oh, there we go, look, quite nice poster actually. So yeah, we're taking this train from St Austell to Penzance, and then I may see about maybe going to St Ives along the branch line if I can do some rejigging, depending on how long of course it takes us to get down to Penzance. So just before you joined me, or the stream began, we had a 47 pull-in. I was rather hoping it would stay there so I could go and show you when we begun the stream, but no, it powered it out of there. It wasn't hanging about. So if I make sure not to be run over by any other trains, this is obviously I've just shown you the Jubilee we're taking, the 8F we're taking, both are blowing off and definitely in my right ear, but yeah. So I've tried to not make it a fully maroon train. I've gone for some blood and custard. So we've got 4 first class coaches. I believe we've got 2 maroons and 2 blood and custards. And because we're not on Northern Transpennine, the passengers actually seem to be filling the coaches today rather than just pulling a full-on empty train like we were doing yesterday. So that's good. I can get past the crowds of people who seem very interested. Yeah, that's the 4th first class one. And then I think we've got 7 scum class carriages, standard class carriages behind the first class. Jaden and Peter in the chat, so good evening to both of you. Jaden says hello chaps. Jubilee on 8F sounds interesting. Yeah, it does. I think in real life the speeds we get up to in the Jubilee would be far too fast for the 8F, who I believe didn't often go over 60 mph, but we're going to try and get up to 70. I think this route lets you get up to. So yeah, this train, as you can see, is quite long. And I will spoil the surprise about the double header in just a moment as well, and we've got the brake on the back as well. All the coach lights seem to be on, so I don't need to do anything about that. The time is just after 7 o'clock in game, so if we can try and get setting off by about 5 past, that would be ideal. Now the spoiler about the double header is the 2 locos don't actually start working, so although I'm obviously going to be driving the Jubilee, which is at the front, the 8F we are sort of just towing behind, which is a little bit of a shame. They've not programmed in that if you're in charge or if you're driving the Jubilee here, you won't actually see plumes of steam coming out of the 8F much beyond just the general idling steam that they've got there. I mean, it'll blow off all the way because we've taken charge of this train. But this 8F isn't actually going to be doing anything to help us pull this train. But, I thought, when I did it earlier, I thought, do we just do a single header? I thought, no, we might as well just do it as a double header, and then at least, we've got 2 loco to look at. So that is the plan for this evening. As usual, please let me know if the video and the sound is alright. Obviously, with steam locos and the safety valves, they are generally a bit louder than diesels that we were driving yesterday. So if I'm too loud or the Xbox volume the game volume is too loud, do let me know at any point and I will try and fix that. But we have places to be going, so let's crack on. Right, let's get on board. Let's get the lamp on to get us nice and bright, and we will open the doors. Stick us into full forwards. Cylinder cocks are open. We will get the brakes coming off. Now, with this being such a long train, the brakes take a long time to... Oh, actually, I know what I need to do. Just shut that for a minute. With this being a long train, the brakes take ages to apply and release, so as Peter's already mentioned in the chat earlier, we need to be careful coming towards any red signals or speed limits. Now when you are double heading, and this is what I did in my test run earlier when I also took the thumbnail. I took the thumbnail at Penzance rather than St Austell because it looked better. What I do need to do in here is set the combination brake in the 8F, the loco behind the Jubilee, to release, because otherwise this is going to be trying to apply the brakes all the time and the Jubilee is going to be trying to release them and things don't work very well. So as you can see there, the brakes are coming off. So that's a useful tip if you are ever going to try and double head. I mean, you're not technically double. Well, 2 locos, but this one's just dragging the other one behind. So brakes are coming off, not all the way, that's good. What I like to do when I'm stopped at stations is leave it on about 15 inches of mercury, and then that allows for you to release the brakes, and then you can get going a lot quicker rather than fully applying and waiting ages for them to come off. So let's assume a decent position out here. We'll set the route, so we want to ask the signaller to go from St Austell platform 1 right the way down to, yeah, I took the screenshot on platform, I took the thumb, oh no, we've got a train in there. When's he planning to leave? 21:35. What time is it now? It's gone. It was just after 7, wasn't it? So I can't route us into platform 1 at Penzance. Let's have a look at platform 2. Next service 2040. Yeah, we should be down there in a lot sooner than an hour and 40 minutes. So we'll stick ourselves into platform 2. Oh no, we're rolling backwards. Stop! Obviously I'd let the brakes come off too much. We don't want to be doing that. If you come back off the map and we're rolling backwards, that I could have spattered immediately there going backwards. Pete and Jaden say they're doing good, so that's good. Nice to have you both in this evening. Right, I think that's the... And I think I've mentioned this before, but I don't know why the brakes continuously make that whooshing sound. It's a bit annoying, but if it's too loud, let me know. But I think that's all the passengers on, so let's lock the doors. And we'll not roll backwards and we'll be on our way. So, let's get the brakes off, a bit of power, and we get to above 21 and it stops increasing and shut them. And we are off. Yeah, you see what I mean? You get the plumes of smoke from the exhaust of each of the 3 cylinders at the front, but with the 8F you may have noticed it's just sort of simmering away, not doing a right lot. There's not a right lot I can do about that. Right, I think we can shut the drain cots now. And we can shut the ejector off because we're well above 21. So, 36 miles to go. We've got to get there before 20 to 9, otherwise another train will be in his way. So let's crack on. Seem to have no problems with this train pulling 14 other vehicles, I think it is. Oh well, yeah, including the tender, so 10 would be, yeah. So we need to think about getting our invisible fireman friend is going to do some shoveling, but in formation builder scenarios he or she doesn't appear for us. So. Right, let's get this back towards something more sensible, conserving steam wise. We should have had these open before we set off really to allow us to build some pressure, but pretty severe gradient already. There is of course a DLC you can buy for this, the West Cornwall Local Steam Railtour. I haven't bought it. I almost considered it when I was going between the Legends of the Great Western, BI Heavy Freight Pack for Northern Transpennine and the Steam one for this, but this is just on the formation builder as I did for yesterday's stream. Right, let's see if we can get shifting. We're almost going to be blowing off pressure wise already, so if I drop that down, yeah, you can see the gauge in the bottom left has started to flick up and down, so we're going to roughly achieve a constant pressure, but of course we want to be reasonably high up the gauge, as you can see there. Oh, I haven't opened the sunroof. It's let's open the sunroof and let's give it some welly because we need to get going. Might try 45. It's off. Yeah, I've just noticed the 8F is sending out some puffs of steam, but it's not, of course, well, I can prove to you that it's not doing anything. So if we go and look through the window, which it's now going to let me do because of invisible wall. This happens quite a lot. You'll move outside your train and you hit sort of an invisible wall that won't let you move back in. If I look in here, the regulator's closed. I mean, of course, I can open it. And the cylinder drain cocks are open. I could, of course, try and drive it like this, but I think you'll be able to appreciate that that's going to be quite difficult, so I'm just going to drive it from the single engine, because me flitting backwards and forwards between both of these trains for an hour and a half isn't going to be very interesting, and of course I want you to see the scenery and enjoy the route as well, so I'm not going to be doing that just because it's just going to be massive pain to do. But I think the effect of the two locos going ahead together at the front of the train is nice enough as it is. So. Well, it's also interesting to see, obviously, a lot smaller diameter wheels, how much faster the 8F ones are going around compared to the Jubilee. Right, I think we need some pressures dropped a little bit low. Put that back up to full, I think. Especially we've been at 45 rather than 40. I think I say this on every time I drive a steam loco, but I think the recommended, at least for trains in world, or maybe even real life actually, is about 25% cut off. I don't know if they do this in real life, but if you have it at 25% cut off in game, it just takes far too long to get up to any sort of meaningful speed. So I generally run about 40, 45-ish. We're not really accelerating to any great degree, but then we have got a absolutely massive train. In fact, not all of it's even come around that corner yet. This gradient seems to be backing off a little bit on the steepness end, so I think we'll be able to go up to some decent speed relatively quickly. Certainly no chance of speeding at the moment, so I can let you have a look at the train without fear of speeding and with the hood off. Next stream, a Jubilee and a 9F. I wish they had a 9F for the trains in the world, they really should do. Although I think there's talks of the NYMR, North York Moors Railway, being added. I think that is, I believe they're developing that, or there's some speculation that they're developing it, so if they did, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, no 9F in at the moment. We're almost there, we're only one number off, of course. But yeah, that would be absolutely amazing if they could add the 9F. It almost looks like both of these trains are working together, with the plume of steam going over the top of the 8F. It's almost there. As I say, there's nothing I can do about that. We're not speeding, are we? That was quite a tight corner. Oh no. We just check the... Oh, okay, yeah. Sometimes there's a red signal around this corner, but we've just gone through the... I don't even know what that's called. Is that the aggregates facility? Is it labelled? Bungalow. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sometimes there's a red signal around there. Not today, thankfully, otherwise we'd have failed. Definitely going up to speed now. I think they said that'd be just about 40 we read there. Certainly shifting along nicely. 45, yeah, we're on a really nice downhill now, so... Them AF wheels look ridiculous already. Just check we're not speeding. We almost are speeding, so I'm going to back off on the throttle front. I've mentioned this before, just leave the regulator cracked open slightly just to cushion the piston at either end of the cylinder. Yeah, we're making storming progress. Very happy we've got that down a bit, and now I'm going to shut all of these. Probably to my own detriment, because there'll be a sudden uphill bit probably in a few miles and then we'll have no pressure for it. But right, let's test the brakes. We are already speeding slightly, but I'm not overly concerned. No, I'm still not slowing down. Brakes, please. Yep, I said the brakes weren't going to be very good, and they are not. We're already at 50% on here. And they are not slowing down all that effectively. So I'm just going to let the small ejector take the brakes off rather than opening the large ones. That means we won't have to apply them again quite as quickly. I don't want to really have to start feathering them on and off. It's not good practice. I mean, we all do it, of course. But so note to self, braking doesn't really happen until you're about 50% on the brakes. So I will keep that in mind. Yep, and now there's an uphill bit. I knew there would be. So, get the firebox door open, get the dampers open, and try and conserve as much pressure and speed as possible. I always like watching the little mechanical lubricators going around. They don't have to go around now, we're going at some fair leak. So this one here. Well, I'm on Flying Scotsman when you get up to 75 on the HEMR. Does look good that though, doesn't it? Keep an eye on his speed, not doing too bad, the pressure's not great, but try backing off slightly. I'm not slowing down too much. Yeah, if I could do with really writing a document down with all the gradients in this route, going Penzance to St Austell and St Austell to the other way. There's quite a few times you'll be happily bombing it down, and then when you get the power back on, there's no steam left and you end up slowing down like we are doing here. But yeah, we're slowing down quite a bit, but I don't really want to back off because then we'll start slowing down even though we'll get more boiling pressure. So I shall leave it as we are for the moment. 50 mile an hour is still good enough though, I'd say. Yeah, pressure's slowly coming up, so we're not doing too badly. And now we've just gone flat, so suppose we can have a faff with some of the other cameras. Yeah, there's the tail end. Now downhill again now, you see. Nyom. That's a good camera when you've got to. I don't often use this, but when you're double heading, it's a good camera. Right? Get some brakes on. Some more brakes on. Still not slowing down. Yeah, there we go. Gently back them off. And we're blowing off again. Pan around the tail. The scenery looks good at evening on the West Cornwall, especially on a more modern Xbox and the latest gen Xbox. The yeah, in the sunshine at this time with the shadows, late evening, well, late early evening-ish, 7:20. Everything does look a lot better. Fireman's station there. Oh no, I didn't want to. Oh, I was going to say I don't want to knock the button for the left doors there. I suppose I could check on the topography map by doing that, looking at the hills, but I'd rather not. So I'll just have to be quick at opening the dampers and firebox door when we see the gradient indicator in the bottom right hand side change. Whoops, we've just been hit by something. Oh, it was a 150. Ah, so were we just on the single line section there? Yeah, we were on the single line section, so I wondered why he was stopping at green, but that would have been red until we went past. And here's the uphill bit, so yeah. Apologies I didn't catch that 150 for you, I didn't even notice. But yeah, that signal would have been red until we cleared the single line section and that would have gone green. I did wonder why he was stopped at green, but it must have only just gone green, so... Not gangrene, gone green. A bit of a viaduct we're going over at the moment. And of course all the trees start getting in the way now. You can't win moving cameras around on this game. And now look, I'm moving this happens quite often. I now physically can't go past this, so I have to go in and back out again, which is moderately irritating, but not a lot I can do about that. Pressure and speed's looking a lot better than it did last time we were on an uphill section, so that's good. Somehow the steam is glitching through the boiler back end, but we'll worry about that. Tunnel! Now's a good time to look in the cab now, it's all nice. Ah! What? Oh, on earth. Ah, no, it's just broken. Yep. Oh no, we fixed it slightly. No, it's broken, we have to wait until we get out of the tunnel. There we go. Now, I was trying to show you the glow of the cab while we were in that nice tunnel area, but it broke. Back downhill again. Jaden's off for his tea. Okay, Jaden. See you later. Enjoy your tea, whatever you are having. And we're going uphill again. Pressure's good though. Speed's reasonably good. So. Too badly. 25 mile already. What did we start off? 36 miles. We've been 11 mile in just over 20 minutes, so that's not bad at all. And we've been doing roughly a mile a minute for the majority. Slightly less now than we did before, but excuse me, we have got a 30 coming up, so I'll try. Excuse me, make sure that we are down to the limit for that. Whether we'll have a gradient to help us. Not really. Churro. Yeah. I thought we were near. So because the brakes are terrible, it's back the regulator right off and get some 50% spare, call it 64 brakes on. You can always come off the brakes and brake again a bit later if needed. I'm going to just back the brakes off slightly because when they do start applying along the length of the train it will be obviously more severe braking. I'll just let the brakes come off slightly. It'll be a lot smoother. There's the aqueduct's water, isn't it? Viaduct. I think we've actually timed this speed limit quite well. There's Churro Cathedral, I think. That's quite a famous one, like, around these parts. Right, let's get the brakes off. I'm starting to go uphill again now. Power. Speed. There we go. Yeah, we're above 21. Let's shut that. I've just had this all the way. I've had these all the way up and going out down here. That's really, well, not probably why. That's not probably why. That is why it will have been blowing off so much. But hopefully it's not too loud. I generally try to avoid blowing off where possible. That sounds terrible. I generally try to avoid blowing off where possible. But straight through Churro. 30 mile an hour feels quite quick through that platform actually. There's the 37 on the other side. There it is. Right, let's give it some proper welly. So this is a nasty uphill section. See if we can get away with 45 again. That's all the way open and that's all the way open. So probably good job I didn't shut the firebox door or the dampers actually. With these two uphill sections we've just come to. Oh, that's not good. What's happened there? Do we need the... That's puzzling. Why has that happened? That should not be happening. Blow for the level crossing far too late. Is that why we're barely going in there? What's happened here? And we're slowing down even further. That's not gone to it. Can we get in the cab? Is it going to let me in the cab? No. Why are the brake? Is the handbrake on? Who's put the handbrake? No, the handbrake is released. Oh, don't tell me we're going to have to try and do a hill start here. This is not good. Can't even open the window. Might be better around the other side. Why are we stopping? It's like the brakes have got stuck on. Should this happen? That's definitely on release. Can we get to the small ejector? No. It's not. This is not good. Regulator. No, the small ejector's not coming up. Neither of the brakes. Ah! Why are they stuck on? Are the brakes in the carriages stuck on? No. They're not. Anybody got any ideas? I haven't. It won't let me in the cab because we're in this camera angle. Right, there's the regulator. Small ejector is not having it. And we were going so well. We were making storming progress until that happened. Steam brake application. What? Why is the steam brake at 36% applied? Why? Hang on a minute. Oh, it's disappeared again. Right, I think we're going to have to stop and fix that. So if we just... Right, we're going to have to do a hill start on a 1 in 78, which is marvellous. But I don't think we're going to get anywhere fast if we don't fix it, so... I will send my invisible second on off to tell the signal that we've broken down. Put this into mid-gear. Put the brakes on fully applied. And shut all those so the brakes don't start releasing. And let's see why this is broken. That's very strange. Normally the steam brake... Normally this is all the way off when this handle is off, but I'm not overly sure why that's happened. Right, that's open. That's closed. Does this also want to be open? But no, then that'd be trying to take the brakes off of the old train against the one in the front if we were playing it. So that's released. Steam brake hook is unset. Oh, actually. Service failure. Oh, great. Well, that went well. Part of me thinks maybe that steam brake should have been held with the, because the steam brake hook is like you've got the main train brake lever over the top that you saw, and then the steam brake lever that you can pull in and out. Maybe part of me thinks whether we should have had the steam brake pushed in and then the hook to keep it pushed in, because the combination brake was set to all the way right release as you saw, but the steam brake was out, so maybe we should have put the steam brake hook in and hooked it in with the hook. So yeah, that's a little bit strange. Well, it's failed us for some reason. Maybe because we left the first loco and sat in the second loco, I don't know. But we're going to magically teleport back to Truro. Truro was the last station we went through, and we're going to try that again. That's quite annoying, actually. And I can hear a 37 somewhere. Yeah, it's through there. Well, that was strange. Let's yeah, well, let's give that another go. So that's well, I've not driven a double header steam for much time, so maybe that's something we need to do. Well, I guess we'll find out. So that's slightly ruined the realism slightly, given that I've just teleported and now I'm spawning another train in. But oh well. Right. Oops, there's a sign there. What we got this time? Mauritius and 48309. Right, well that was incredibly strange, but let's do the brakes and the other one first. Because I think that's where it was. These wheels were locked up, but the carriage wheels weren't. The coach wheels behind weren't. So let me set this to fully release. That's closed. That's open. Set the brake controls and the control to steam brake, and then hook that in. So now whatever happens, this can't apply because that hook's keeping it off. So, well, let's see if that works now. That was very strange. Right, lamp forwards, sunroof, coal, air, brakes off. Now that's not moving. Have I completely buggered it? Oh, this is going well. Did I definitely set... Can you move out of the way of the cab door, please, mate? Okay, that is off. That is set to release. That is closed. That's fully open. Now what happens if I do that and give it a helping hand? That's too slow for my liking. I mean, if we shut that again. Yeah, I think we've broken it. So, let me just check in here. I've not missed something glaringly obvious. That's open, that's set to... Well, it might help if I actually set the... Oh, and now we're rolling backwards slightly. Power. It might actually help if I set the brakes to release on the front end. Do you mind? Take that a little bit silly. Right, let's get going. In fact, let's not let go in because I haven't set the route and we're nearly past that signal at danger. Right, let's go back to where we were trying to go to, sorry, which is Penzance platform 3, and now we are going backwards, so let's get going forwards pretty quickly. Realistically, I probably should have put the brakes on and then carried on there, but... just jam a load of steam into the cylinders, it'll be fine. Whoops, wheel slip. Careful now. And I think the brakes have come off, haven't they? So. Now I'll just definitely make sure that these wheels are turning. Maybe because we put on quite a harsh brake application coming down that hill. Maybe that's why the brakes were stuck on here, but those brakes are definitely off now. So it was definitely a brake problem rather than a glitch of brakes being stuck on. Yeah, sorry, the cock shut. Oop, wheel slipping. That's what happens when you shut the cylinder cocks, you get a sudden build-up of pressure. And then things start spinning around much quicker than you're expecting to. Come on. I'm going to go inside the cab and do it for a bit of finer control. .47's humming away in the background. Does make me wonder now, because obviously when you apply the brakes in this, the loco brakes also come on as well as the train brakes, but if we've set this engine to release, does that mean this brakes on this will never apply? And then this will just ram forward into us? I'm not overly sure. Guess we'll find out. And if it don't work, what I'll do is I'll just stop, delete the 8F and we'll carry on. But the entire purpose of this was that it was... No! Too much. The entire purpose of this was that it was supposed to be a double header. No, you've done it just... No, still too much. Keep it about... Well, it's not even having that now. And we've just lost all that progress we were making. This had an excellent... There's a gradient... No, we're going backwards now. Damn it. This train supposedly, in the scenario editor, it gives you a rating of how well it is at going up hills. It gives you a, you know, for each % incline, it gives you a good, bad, poor rating. This was supposedly very good. Come on. Wait, we're gonna go. Let's get the sound in, actually, that'd be the sensible thing to do. Andrew156 Andrew has joined. Nice to see you, Andrew. Thank you for joining. You join us currently as we had a service failure because, well, the brakes on the AF got stuck on, and when I sat in the AF to try and get the brakes to come off, as soon as I sat down it said service failure, so we spawned in at Churro, which was the last station we went through, and then of course we started wheel slipping up this one in 59, so yeah. Currently trying to move somewhere, albeit incredibly slowly. It's always tempting to try and give it a little bit more, but then how much more do you give it before it starts wheel slipping? I don't turn the sander off until we get off this gradient, otherwise we'll just be back to square one again. How hard can it be to climb a hill? I know, exactly. Mind you, we have got 1, 2, 7, 11, we have got 13 vehicles on. And one dead steam engine at the back that, because of Train Sim World physics, doesn't actually do anything in the double header. But yeah, maybe the ratings in the scenario, not the scenario planet, in the formation designer were based on the two engines working together. But obviously, you can see by the fact there's no puffs coming out of this one isn't doing anything. I said I wasn't going to do this. I said I wasn't going to be flitting between cabs and trying to drive it together, but I've just remembered we can do that. I'm not going to be doing that when we're going really fast, just because it's too much of a pain. And I want you lot to see the scenery, as I said at the start. But in situations such as this, let's just give it the welly on there. Because we want to get moving. We don't want to be doing 2.5 miles an hour for the next 50 minutes, do we? So I reckon I can afford to turn the sander off. Yes, we can. Obviously. It's supposed to get us going, it's alright doing that. Now let's whack the Jubilee's pressure up as well. And not whack my head on the tunnel. Picking up speed we are. Well, now we've got both locos working together. Actually not doing too bad. Just make sure the brakes are off. They are. We've got dampers and yeah, firebox door open, that's good. Right. Considering we lost ourselves some time, let's see if we can't, well, regain some. I really want to shut the cylinder grain cocks, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get to them. Unless I did it through the roof, but I can't open that, so... Yeah, it's not going to let me get to them, unfortunately. That's a shame. It's a little bit annoying, we've got all this steam coming out of the side, but... Unless I can do them from up here? Oh, actually, was that the reverser that came off, or the drain cones? No, it's definitely the reverser. That's fine. We'll leave it until we get up to some decent speed. Oh, and now our pressure's terrible because I forgot to wind it back. Rookie mistake. I'm actually curious to see what the 8F's boiler pressure will be. Bad, I presume. Yeah, it's below 100. I can't get to the dampers either because they're too far from the other side of the cab, so... We'll shut that now. We are moving somewhere at least. Oh! That was the level crossing we failed at last time, I think. The brakes just started to lock on after that level crossing, because round there was a little bridge that we stopped on and I tried to fix. Why are the doors still open? Why does it say that the doors are still open? Oh my god, the doors are all still open. I didn't think I'd open them at Churro, but apparently we did. That's slightly dangerous. Well, they're going to be open for the next 21 miles. So, well, there's that. Never mind. You probably won't get shouted at by seeing him too much. There is a bit of a trap. Yeah, well, I haven't actually turned the steam heating on. That's that one up there, but yeah, I'm not sure if we had that on it would do much anyway. Mind you, I am doing this in June, I think, so it won't be that cold. There's a draft. I like that. It's brilliant. When does this... Oh, man, we're uphill for like a 6 mile, dear me. We're slowing down again, which is concerning. Just check the brake. No, the brakes are definitely not stuck on. They're not skidding. Have we got any boiler pressure back? Can we afford to... If I can reach the dampers from the other side, because it's just going to look as if I'm going to want to shut the door, isn't it? I don't think it's going to let me do it. Well, the window's open. Apologise for the really... Oh, didn't want to do that. Can't zoom in. No, yeah, okay. Apologise for the very shoddy camera work here, but... Yeah, they're not coming up. It's not going to let me do it, I'm afraid. And we are grinding to a halt again. Let's just stick that open in the open. It might help us. Should really be speeding up now, 1 in 90. With a crossing. Scenery looks good though. Lighting looks very good. In hindsight, 11 coaches for one engine on a quite hilly route may have been too much to ask. Oh, 150. Now, I've also heard stories that if you let the boiler pressure on an engine drop too low, then it does fail you, so you might be thinking, well, why not just jam the 150, not the 150, oh, we're than that. You might be thinking, why not just jam the 8F to 100%, well, I don't want to fail it again. I'm just going to keep an eye on the boiler pressure though. Yeah, it's still not coming up that much at all. It's above 100, if I can open the... Firebox door. That will help, I just can't get to the dampers. So we'll check on that again in a little while. No diesel on the train at the back, indeed. Do I go shutting all the doors manually? No, it's not letting me. No. I mean, the solution would be to just now put a 47 on the front and absolutely blast it along and recreate a failed train scenario, but look, just look at that. Every single door is open. Oh, that's brilliant. In fact, I'm going to screenshot that because that's hilarious. Get this red signal out of the way and I'll take another. That could be the new channel profile picture. That's just me. That's just, in essence, me driving a train at an incredibly slow speed because we failed, the brakes got stuck on, and I've not shut the doors. How much is this? This hill is carrying on for it. You know what? I think you know what I might be about to do. Because this is going to take... This is like slower than... No, we've hit the invisible wall again. This is slower than West Somerset Railway speeds. Therefore... we're going to put a diesel on the front. Then it lets us stop. Because that's still fully open, we might want to shut that. Now, will the brakes with the diesel, will the diesel operate steam? I mean, I guess they can do vacuum, can't they? So, we will see. Oh, typical, we stop blocking off the crossing. Now we can shut the doors. There we go. Class 37. Yeah, well, I was just about to put that question to you, so we'll set this to mid-gear. We'll sit down and do it, it's easy to do it. I was going to ask you what you wanted to do. I was going to suggest either class 47, 45, 40 or 37, but the chat has spoken, therefore we will go for 37. Light engine, which doesn't exist. Well, that's helpful. Really? You can't spawn it as light engine? Turbot, 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 sea cow. Well, that's Paul. Shall I do regional railway, considering the 150 in this route is a regional railway livery? Oh, don't start. Is it not going to let me do it? Because we're in another trains in another section? It's going to let me do it there. But why is it not going to let me do it here? Will it let me spawn this here? No? Is it going to let me spawn anything on this track? Actually, I have had an idea. It might be to do with this is classed as an active service. So if I do this, and then try and do it, why is it not letting me go past? Right, let's try that again. 37 regional railways I was going to go for. Or do I go for BR Blue? Yeah, it's going to let me do it now. It's because it probably had, that train had an active path. Two trains in one section is big no-no. That looks good actually. BR Blue 37, I like that. I do like that. Right, let's set up batteries on. AWS is featured on this route. So we shall do that. And then do that. I don't know why the AWS is going off. We haven't even got the reverser in yet. Let's do that. Instrument light dimmer maximum. We want the all the switches. Route indicator, yes please. Instrument lights, yeah we do want those. Headlight switch, we want that on. Let's set that to full service. We actually want to go backwards, and we want to be on the loco brake for this. What air brake goods? No, we want that on air brake passenger, which means going into the other cab. The only difference between air brake goods and air brake passenger and vacuum brake goods and vacuum brake passenger, I believe, is the fact that for goods trains, because they're heavy and you might have snatching couplings and such, I believe the goods settings just release the brakes a little bit more gently. So brake pressure just building up and coming off now. Engine's all good, everything's all good in here. We're already going backwards actually because of the gradient, so I'll just manage the speed accordingly. It's a good stop. Couple up. Jam the loco brakes on full and the train brakes on full. Right, we might actually have a chance of getting somewhere now. This is, I'm not going to lie, disappointing. I may revisit this stream or in a video at some point, stick some less coaches on and don't do the double header. I knew it'd come to bite me at some point. No, we don't want to isolate any traction. This is what we want is air brake passenger. I'm not going to, I don't think we need the compressor changeover because we're not switching between vacuum and air. These are all vacuum braked coaches. So now that the 37 brakes are holding the train, I'm going to set that to release. And I'm going to leave that one as it was in the 8F at the start. Oh, I thought we were rolling backwards then, let's just do the camera. And now let's see, as Andrew quite rightly says, let's see if we can get somewhere. And now you're going to be listening to the safety valves go off like no tomorrow. Oops! Power! Oh, the brakes are still on. We might not want to do that. Note to self, take the brakes off before applying loads of power. We're moving! We're moving! Right, let's give it the beans. Nice and easy, as he says, maxing out the ammeter. Well, to be fair, 2000s. Yeah, it's more like 2,600 before it's telling you you're being naughty. Brilliant suggestion. Aye. Well, we all know the 37s are Thunderbird rescue locos even in today's day and age. Well, West Cornwall Local 37, 47s I suppose, but... Yep, indeed. Right, sod it, we're going maximum throttle. And, well, we're moving somewhere. So this is churned more into a rescue scenario than it has anything else, but we're moving, so that doesn't matter. So we've hit the tunnel wall again. I really should be more careful about that. This poor camera gets battered about all over the place. So now we've turned this from 2 locos to 3. One of which is significantly younger than the rest of them. I don't even know if this will all fit in the platform at Penzance now. It was 200 metres before we before we even considered having the 37 as well. .37 is saying hill what hill? Yeah, it's absolutely. Well, we're going downhill now, but yeah, it was not having any issues with that whatsoever. Yeah, we're getting up to speed now. And now this is a triple header. Forgive me while I just take another screenshot. Or two. Or several, now that we're over the viaduct. That is one thing I like about the new Xbox controller. If you didn't realise, you've got the 2 squares button, the menu button, and then that third button there is a screenshot button. Now if you press it, disused station. If you press it, it takes a screenshot. If you press and hold it, it does the equivalent of going through here and going record what happened. So that's I do like that feature a lot. Let's get head out camera. There we go. Look at that, we are shifting now. Now, I don't know whether we're going to be able to stop, but I guess we'll find out. Do love the Class 37, yeah, I agree, definitely one of my favourite diesels alongside, let me think, the 55 and the 20. Probably not many more that top it, to be honest. Why are we slowing down? Is it because it's a heavy train? Or have the brakes on here started applying again? Let's have a look. Steam brake is on release. Okay, no, it's just because we're on a hill. Now it goes to, yeah, okay, we should start speeding up again now when we're flat. That's good. Forgive me while I take yet another screenshot. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Can't put myself on disturbance, taking forever. I've also just realised we've not come across any signals yet, so I've forgotten to do it. So the next signal we come up against would have been red. So that could have been quite exciting, but what I need to do is set the destination. 17 miles to go. Good job there weren't any signals, innit? Round this corner and bam, red signal would have been in there. Would have been in some bother. How long to the next station? Well, my original plan was to do this as a straight through route, just top end Austell to bottom end at Penzance, but the next station that we will pass through is Redruth, Camborne. Could have told you that without looking. Hill, St Earth, St Ives branch line of course goes up there, and then it's down to Penzance. That's the power depot and the sidings, and then we are going down there. Yeah, so I plan to do this as a straight through route because if you don't, obviously it's, and I suppose you can have waypoints, can't you, but I quite like just the thought of just bombing it down in steam locos, well, 2 steam locos and a diesel it is now, but yeah, I didn't add any station stops into this particular tour today. This is warning us about the 40, but considering we're only going 44, I'll just back the throttle off and let the gradient slow us down rather than wearing out the brakes. Oh great, of course, and now we're going massively downhill, that's really helpful. Right, well I suppose this is a good test to see if the brakes work. Brakes aren't working. Oh, you stupid fool! I set them to air, didn't I? Not vacuum, and the... Ah! Well, I suppose the only thing for it is to stick the handbrake on. Oh, you're joking, that's going to set forever. Let's not even bother. I set them to air, didn't I? And the locos and the wagons vacuum. Let's just get the horn on to warn people. I bet it's not... Yeah, this is problematic. I did wonder why, even though... This feels very fast. I did wonder why, even though we had the train brake on full service, why we were rolling backwards when I went into the Jubilee. I thought it was me being stupid or something, but no, well I was being stupid, but I've just... No, can't get at them there. I forgot to put the correct... Please let me get to the switches. It's not going to let me get to the switches. This is slightly frightening, not going to lie. Will it let me open the window for a minute? If I can open the window, I can do it through the window. I think it flashed up, didn't it? No. Oh my god. This can't really get much worse, can it? And of course we're in the wrong cab. You can't just reach behind me and do it. Does it let you go in through the door? No. That's so annoying. Yeah, you can see that. I changed it from goods to passenger and didn't think I'm used to doing air brakes on these, but obviously it's not. Now, do I stop or do I just... Well, we're not going to be able to stop at Penzance otherwise, are we? But then I can't stop too. Unless with the gradient, I can't stop. Those are the loco brakes. It's not going to do them much good. Oh, I can't believe this has gone as badly as it has. Makes me look like a right fool. Why does that take so long? That's ridiculous. Squeak, 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 squeak. Please stop. Actually, I can do this. It says not being able to find the brakes. No, I don't actually want the regulator for once. I have the brakes. Brakes. Yes, there we go. That'll stop us. So this is the third time we're stopping, I think. Honestly, I've lost count. Well, it certainly makes for an interesting stream watching a completely incompetent person walk about. Right. Vacuum brake, passenger. Changeover switch on. It can't get much worse. Now we are going to have to be quick because the brakes are going to start releasing. We managed to avoid crashing, but I don't think that rail's going to be very happy with us, or rail track as it probably was. Right, let's get some beans on. The brakes just come off. 13 miles to go. Is there any down? Yes, it's downhill now, so we should be able to really get moving. British Rail at this time. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, well, yeah, of course. Don't know why I didn't think of that. Thank you for the info. And once again we are moving. Now my plan was to then go on do some bit of shunting around Penzance and then go on the St Earth to St Ives branch line after we got to Penzance, but I don't think we'll have time for that now, given it's 8:15, and I generally wanted the stream to run about an hour and a half, so we're going to run over slightly. But yeah, I was rather hoping that we'd be able to do the St Earth to St Ives branch line, but I don't have time for that this evening, which is a shame. And there won't be time for a stream tomorrow, I'm afraid. Ah, there we go, we're going to be going downhill now, so if we can get back up to a mile a minute, aka 60 mile an hour, that will be very good. If you excuse me one moment while I turn the display off, because then I can put myself on Do Not Disturb. I realised that my name flashed up on the screen earlier, which I don't really want to happen, so I'm just going to put Do Not Disturb on and then bring the sound and picture back in. So every time I take a screenshot you won't get that annoying thing popping up. Do Not Disturb stop. Well, that was a waste of time. I thought Do Not Disturb stopped that. Oh well, never mind. I'm going to be back under the map again. Go for a bit of a head out. Can we haven't had a chance to do that? I could of course do the dovetail live. You know, click both joysticks down and take screenshots like that, but then that just hinders his progress, so I am not going to do that. Jaden is back from his tea. Hope you had a nice tea, Jaden. So Jaden, update for you. Before we had the 37 on the front, the 8F's brakes got jammed on, and when I tried to sit back in the 8F's seat, with speeding. So yeah, the 8F's brakes got jammed on, so the wheels were just being dragged along and grinding along the track. When I tried to sit in the seat to release the brakes, we got, why are the brakes not working? We just need more of them. Oh, not again. Are you joking? The brakes don't work again. they're on vac. Oh, for goodness sake! So we now have no braking at all, even when I do that. Oh no, they're working now. I've put them in emergency. Oh well, that's helpful. Is that because the 8Fs and the Jubilee's brakes are set to release? I don't know. This has become an absolute nightmare. But anyway, Jaden, when we sat in the 8F to sort the brakes out, service failed us and we went back to the home screen. So then we spawned in at Churro, the last station we went through, tried to get them moving. Got them moving, but then stalled, started slowing down, we weren't really making any progress. So then Andrew had the great idea of sticking a 37 on the front and bombing it along. And then we had to stop again because I had the brakes set to air brakes instead of vacuum brakes, and now the brakes still don't work, so we're a bit screwed, but we'll manage. But you are quite right, it doesn't quite look like a Jubilee in an 8F, as you said. You said, I don't claim to be an expert or anything, but that doesn't look like a Jubilee in an 8F. You know, I think you might be right. I've got a sinking feeling that it might not look like an 8F, a Jubilee and a 37 for much longer if it can't get these brakes working. I think it's because the brakes on here, I mean, I don't think they've programmed the brakes and double heading incorrectly. I don't think that, you know, setting this to release, I don't think it's I don't think the 37's able to control the brakes properly, if I'm honest. I don't think the 37 can work against two locos brakes being set to release. But so we're just gonna have to set our brakes to emergency and hope for the best. I hope this is more comical for you watching than it is for me doing, because although I am enjoying it, it is slightly terrifying that we're unable to stop a several 100-ton train. Yes, when something goes wrong, give it some more wham. So the brakes here are either fully on or off, which is helpful. On the plus side, we are only now less than 8 miles to Penzance, in which we may go straight through the buffer stop and straight through several people's houses, but, you know, all in the day's work. As this hasn't fallen to bits yet. Have you gone through Red Roof? Yeah, I think we have. Hail. Yeah, we have. And it's St Earth, isn't it? Yeah, so yeah, we've gone through it. Oh, we're going to be speeding again. Brake! Sorry, passengers. And also that guy who looks like he's walked... Did that guy just walk straight into the trap? That looked like he was heading straight for the middle of off the platform then. Train sim world passengers are something else. And we might as well take the brakes off because there's a 75. Oh, we can speed up now. Well, don't mind if I do. I didn't actually. The throttle's been on all this time. It's not been turned off. I've been braking with the throttle on. St Earth is the one before Penzance. Yeah, quite right. Part of me just wants to say, well, let's just stick the throttle on full and see how fast we can actually get going, like we did with that Flying Scotsman one last week, trying to get to 100 mile an hour and then trying to get to 126. But because this has been played in so many areas, I would actually like to get to the final destination, relatively speaking, in one piece. Oh dear. So this is... It'll come to me. It won't come to me. What station is this? St Earth. I should have known that. 150 up there, look. I've neglected to bring a drink upstairs with me today as well. I had a kind of Fanta, the drink of choice. I've not got one today. I mean, I've got a glass of water on my bedside table, but that's been stood in the open air since last night at 11:30, so I'm not overly keen on drinking that. Not that it'll turn into like arsenic or anything, but it's probably not the best thing to drink. 4.3 miles to go. I've just heard my cat meow. I think she's pawing at my door. Do I let her in? Let her in? Yeah, let's let her in. Jess! Hello. I'll open the door if you want to go back. Are you wanting to get on me? I'm streaming, but you can get on if you want. You coming up? No? Having a nosy? Okay. Oh, she's here. Can you see her tail? Yeah, you can just about see her tail in my hand. Yeah, she did let a little squeak outside. Don't sit on my headphones. Jess, do you want me to just move them out of the way? Or are you going to manage? Are you going to manage? You're going to manage. Have you got a 55 Delta Cat of any chance? Not currently in the game, Jaden. There is a lot of call for a 55 along with a 91 to be added. But currently, no 91. And the capture card is just frozen. So one moment while I fix that. Oh, and now everything's gone. Oh no. I think the capture card's frozen, so if I just deactivate that and reactivate that, yeah, okay, just frozen. It probably got a bit warm, to be fair. Doesn't feel warm, but maybe it just had a moment. So we're also having technical difficulties as well as training difficulties. Lovely. Yeah, instead we get Thomas the Tank Engine. Personally, I can't see why they've done that. I've said this before, I think. I don't see why they've done it because... Are you getting down? I can't see why they've done it. And there's a 50 coming up. I can't see why they've done it because you have to buy West Somerset, then you have to buy Thomas for West Somerset, and then it's a game that's very technical and easy to drive. It's not just, oh look, pull this massive lever here. You know, there's some process to setting locos up and driving and braking. You know, unless adults are going to be playing it with the kids, which, let's face it, are they really going to have the time to do that? I can't see how it's going to draw younger people into this, especially when all the other routes are really quite technical and demanding. You know, they're not really suitable. I'm not saying they're inappropriate, but the difficulty level means it's, well, difficult for younger people to know how to drive it. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. That's my opinion, but for the people who are going to enjoy it, then that's fair enough. Hello? I'll tilt my camera down at the end if she's still on. Because that camera has a habit of freezing if you knock it. Oh, you sat on my headphones, Jess. I'll just get some slack. Streaming can't interrupt your cuddle time, can it? No, it can't. Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we actually don't want any breaks at the moment, otherwise we're going to be stuck going nowhere, as Paul Timon says. And we might even want some more power, actually. Well, this has been a quite disappointing rail tour for all the passengers, hasn't it? We've had a right set of cock-ups. That thrash sounds good, eh? It sounds, I do like a good English electric noise. Shortbread on the platform with 3 tea or coffee. I think it'll be a railway inspector on the platform with a letter telling me that I'm fired, but that would be nice, yeah. There's an ice cream stand on the platform. I do know that as much. Well, sadly, I think we are actually going to be able to stop here. There's not going to be the comedic derailing as we hit the buffer stops at 50 miles an hour, but we are going to make it, which is, I suppose, is not a bad thing. Oh, Jess, you're on my headphones again. I need some slack. There we go, that's better. We've passed the usual 150 that seems to be permanently here for whatever reason. Driver must be on his tea break or something. I do like shortbreads as well, Jaden, here. I might have some. Do I have some left from Christmas? No, I don't think I do. I think I ate all. Right, let's not spad in the final dying seconds of a disastrous journey. It's the emergency brakes. Well, they're the only brakes we have, really, that are effective. Or sleepy on the train. Yeah, you might be right. It might have worked that way. Always got the loco brakes, but not overly effective. There's that. Well, we've got quite a few in. We've got a 150 in that little platform up there near the 08. We've got a 150 there. I've never seen anything else in that left hand side in where the 08 is. Oh, very nice. We've actually got well, we've not got a 47 or a 45 or a mail train, but we've got a few things in. Bit of change. Do miss the mail train. I read a story the other day on Facebook in one of the train spotting groups I'm in that some people, was it Newcastle docks? They were in Newcastle docks with the mail train and they wanted to go home, so they just walked up to the general gang of labourers who were loading and unloading parcels. Oh no, they were going to Newcastle. Sorry, they were at some dock somewhere or other. and they found the Newcastle carriage and then joined the general people who were loading and unloading parcels and mail onto the mail train. Then they just pretended to work for the mail train, got in the Newcastle carriage, and then walked out the station when it stopped at Newcastle. And I thought, if you did that these days, you'd be shot. But that's if that story's true, that is well, it's one hell of a story. I'm still going to try and go for a decent stop here. I don't care how much is going wrong. We've got to stop at a decent yardage. And let's call the brakes somewhere there, because I'm really good. 4 yards, that'll do me. Well, let me say that that was not easy. No, we don't want the throttle. Let me just say that that was not particularly easy. We had a fair few problems, but we did manage to get to our, well, we did eventually manage. Why was I like floating in the air then? Yeah, I thought I was stuck. We did eventually manage to get to our target destination, albeit with some difficulty, several stops and a meaty 37 hauling the rest of the train. But we did manage to get there. Now, I promised you I'd show you my cat, so... There she is. There's Jess. Named after Postman Pat's cat, which is actually a boy, would you believe? Postman Pat's cat is a boy called Jess. Go and Google that, I'm not making it up. But yeah, this is Jess, very much a girl cat. You know? Yeah, she's in a good mood. So, yeah. In fact, if I stick my microphone next to you, you might be able to hear it very much. I don't know if you could hear that. This microphone is actually quite good noise cancelling wise. So everyone, thank you very much for joining me for this stream. What's that banging noise? It's like somebody's coupling and repeat. It's like when you couple up, it makes that clunking noise. I don't know. I think this game is just cursed at this point. Anyway, we got here eventually with much difficulty, a lot of pain. But thank you very much to everyone who's joined tonight. Thank you for sticking with me and being patient. It's been lovely to have you all here. So thank you to everyone who's been in the chat today. So that's Jaden from On the Main Line. Oh, there's Jess. I think she wants to go. Okay, Jess. Yes. Yeah. I'll open the door. She'll probably be sat on me again downstairs in a few minutes. But yeah, so thank you to... And there we go. Told you it'd happen. The camera's crashed. the camera's crashed just as I leant over to open the door. There we go, we're working now. So yeah, thank you to... Oh, and the Xbox has also crashed. That's nice. Let's fix that. There we go. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's joined tonight. Thank you very much for your patience. Hopefully it's been reasonably comical to watch. It's been quite difficult, but fun. Jaden says some builders on probably. They're just trying to torment me with like sounds even more. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's been in the chat. So that's been Jaden from On the Main Line, 156 Andrew, and that's been also Pete from Pete's Transport and More. And thank you, of course, to anyone who has not been in the chat and has been watching along in the background. So, do enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. I'm going to go downstairs now and have a bar of chocolate and another drink. I think I said I was going to have a bar of chocolate yesterday, but it is the weekend after all. We managed to achieve as goal a sunset double-headed steam rail tour for some part of this trip, but yeah, we had to call in the Thunderbird 37 at the front, but yeah, we did eventually make it. So thank you very much indeed everyone for watching. Please do take care and enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I'm not going to be able to do a live stream tomorrow night, or tomorrow anytime unfortunately, but I'll see what I can do about doing one next week, and I've enjoyed the two I've managed to do this weekend very much. So do take care, and please do enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Goodbye.